Choose life, choose a career, choose never too old to game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to be discussing the only loadout that you guys need in Rebirth Island. This is phenomenal. This loadout beams. It is the easiest guns to use. It is fantastically. It is so good. It is brilliant. If you use it, you will be getting kills and wins left, right and center. So without further ado, let's go and check out exactly why this loadout is so good and why it will be helping you to increase your KD and getting more Warzone victories. So first of all, for our tactical, we'll be running the stim over the heartbeat sensor. The heartbeat sensor I do not feel has the benefit in Rebirth Island as the stim does. The stim is fantastic. One good example is it does increase your tactical percent recovery, so you speed around a lot quicker when you have that auto tactical sprint enabled. Also, one other thing I found, and I have won games with this, it's very highly unlikely it will happen, but when it does, it is a godsend. So the example is for us, say we're in the final circle, the gas is on us, there's no rain, there's no free rain, and the other player's just camping out, he's hiding. We're both about to die to the gas. We can't see each other, we don't know where to make those kills. We pop the stim, that gives us those extra seconds of vitality where he dies, and therefore we win Warzone victory for us. Then we have the throwing knife. I want to be able to save my ammo, so once I've downed a player, I want to just throw the knife, get that kill, job done, pick it back up again. Conserves the ammo, really good high value. For my perks, I run EAD, so I take reduced damage from those non-kill streak explosions and fire. A lot of people will be using those incendiary rounds, so you definitely want to be rocking EOD, as well as now that all of the tacticals have been upped in terms of how much power and how much damage they do per unit, so therefore it's worth having EOD. Overkill, so we can have both our guns, and then we have Combat Scout to help us when we ping those enemies. It pings up for us and all of our other players, and definitely helps us get those wins. I find with the Vanguard guns, amped, it makes a difference, but not enough for me, so therefore I definitely rather have Combat Scout over amped. So then we go on to the MP40, my close to medium range gun. For this we run the recoil booster. This gives us that faster fire rate and actually slightly impeached. However, the accuracy on this gun is so good that I do not think that the con of this actually has difference to the gun. For the barrel goes a Krosnik 317mm 045. This is highly accurate and controllable, reduced scope, sway and gun bop. Does affect our sprint to fire and hip fire accuracy. So the sprint to fire is something that is a bit of a pain, but it definitely is better than all of the other options there. Optic wise, I go for the slate reflector. That for me is personally better. A lot of people are running the iron sights, either one of these. However, I find even though it gives us slightly better ADS, I find I was getting way more kills with the slate reflector, and for me it's my personal choice. For the underbarrel, I shove the smart pistol grip for that sprint to fire and hip fire accuracy. It does affect recoil and accuracy, recoil control and accuracy should one say, but I feel that it doesn't actually really affect them that much at all, and really helps me with engagement. Those engagements a lot quicker to get that first fire bullet off, which means that I will be winning the match. For magazine, I go from the 7.62 Gorenko 45 rounds that has so many positives: recoil control and accuracy, movement speed, ADS, fire rate. It does affect our damage velocity and range, bullet potential and damage, but we're doing close range damage with this gun up to medium range before we get the Bren out and fry those players. So this is definitely the best ammo for you guys to pick. Rear grip, I go with the fabric grip for that ADS, sprint to fire and hip fire accuracy. So once again, I'm trying to get as much of this to be as fast as possible for sprinting to fire and getting in those engagements super quick. For stopwatch, I go with the Krosnik 33M folding. This helps with the sprint to fire speed and movement speed. One could also go with the remove stock, but I do like to have the sprint to fire speed on this gun because I run with a controller and I have auto tactical sprint. I definitely want to be engaging in those engagements a lot quicker. So for me, sprint to fire speed is quite critical. My perk, I go with brace, so that initial fire and recoil is basically nothing there, 0. Fantastic. Some people might go for unmarked, but I personally go for brace. But unmarked is another good option because we are running the recoil booster. And next up, for my final perk, I go with sprint speed, so I can sprint around a lot quicker, whereas other players might look to go with fully loaded, but I don't. Or another good option is on hand, but for me personally, quick is the way to go. So now we go on to the Bren. This gun is absolutely OP, beyond belief, without a doubt, the best gun in Rebirth Island for those medium to long range engagements. It is fantastic. So for this, I run the Mercury silencer for that sound suppression and that recoil control. Does affect our damage range, but because of Rebirth Island being a very small map, does not matter. This gun is a beast. But barrel wise, we go with the Queen 705mm raw. This is highly accurate and controllable. Bullet velocity is increased, reduced scope sway and gun bob, and damage does not diminish over range. This is the key factor to why this gun is so good currently in Caldera and Rebirth Island, because of the fact that the damage does not diminish. That means the damage that you do at 0 meters, 1 meter, 2, all the way up to 150 does not change. This is phenomenal. So we then go to the Underbarrel, and this we go with the M1941 hand stop for that recoil control and accuracy. We will not be using this gun with hip firing, so we do not worry about the con on this at all. Magazine wise, 6.5 secure 40 round mag, increases our fire rate, recoil control and accuracy, and ADS. This does affect our bullet velocity and range, bullet penetration and damage. However, you will find, even though with these rounds you will be killing people within 4 to 5 hits, it is a beast. Ammunition, we go with lengthen for that bullet velocity, so we even ping and go faster with what we're doing. The rear grip, we go with the polymer grip for that flinch resistant and accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. So this is gearing this up to so we have literally no recoil, and if we do it's a very tiny amount. And then we go with the perk, which is the tight grip for that accuracy and recoil during sustained fire once again. Then we go fully loaded for our second perk. Stock wise, we go the Queen's Model 11BH, which helps with our accuracy, flinch resistant, recoil control, aiming stability. And the only thing it affects is our ADS and movement speed. But we ain't going to be running around that much with this gun, and our ADS, we're going to have this gun already up and ready to fire. And also, it's quite fairly snappy with this setup. It's not too slow. It's really good. Optic wise, I go with the 2.5 times scope, and the only thing I do is I keep the standard reticle. I think this is a good one to use, very simple, very easy. And guys, that pretty much sums up the best loadout for Rebirth Island that you need to get that high KD and that Warzone victory up. Guys, check it out, it is phenomenal. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and ladies, like and subscribe as well, and I shall see you guys in Rebirth Island.